Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Daniel Cross, and today we're back with some more Black Ops 3 news about leaked game modes. Now, if you missed yesterday's video that talked about Stockpile and Free Run, go ahead and click the annotation on the screen. That will briefly explain them for you, but I want to kind of cover that one more time. So if you missed it, Stockpile is basically a new game mode where you pick up tags and deliver them to a deposit location. This is really similar to a game mode that we used to have. I believe it might have been in Call of Duty Ghost at one point, but aside from that, they did announce Free Run, which is more or less a time trial. It's like a solo game mode, but you have a competitive online leaderboard, so whoever gets the best time through the obstacle course does win. There is a little bit of level progression. Basically, there's beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert, and you get different things for completing the mission. Now, it's going to be a big time trial, so that's kind of like the competition there. So the new game modes that have actually been leaked today. Now, these are from the Black Ops 3 beta. Basically, if you spend a little bit of time downloading the beta and you dig through the game code, you can find out a little bit of information. So this is how we know a little bit more about Stockpile. There's a couple audio clips where the announcer talks about the game. I will have links to these in the description if you're interested in checking those out. But what we do have now is a whole bunch of new game modes. One called Resistance, Purgatory, Sudden Death. Now, these three game modes, that's all we know. We just have the announcer in the game talking about it together, like he's just announcing the actual game title. We also know that they each come in a variation of its own hardcore mode, so Hardcore Resistance, Hardcore Purgatory, and Hardcore Sudden Death. Other than this, we have no information to base these game modes on. They might be game modes that they actually didn't decide to put in the game, but they were actually thinking about it, or they could be coming out later on after the game releases. If you guys remember, there was like a thermal nuclear war type game mode back on Modern Warfare 2. Basically, you had this nuclear bomb in the middle of the map, and you had to capture it. It was similar to King of the Hill. Whichever team stays in that area the longest, they would cap that flag, so to speak, and then the bomb would go off and your team would win. So there are game modes that they do develop, but they don't actually publish. It just depends on how the developer is feeling. So the other game mode that we had leaked is an old, it's kind of like an old classic. It's a return from Call of Duty 4. It's called Old School. Now, Old School is pretty unique because in the case of Call of Duty, it allowed your character to have unusual abilities. So you had double health, you were able to jump higher, you had different class setups. So basically, in the game, you couldn't use a preset class setup. You had to pick a weapon that was on the map. So you spawned in with a certain defined class that the game forced you to choose. I believe it was like a Scorpion and like maybe an Uzi or something similar to that. And then you had to go find these power-ups on the map, and you could pick them up. They had extended mags on each and every weapon that you picked up, and then you weren't allowed any ammo. So you did have double health, the ability to jump higher, and it's kind of nice to see that is a possibility of returning. Not only is it going to possibly return, but we have 3 different individual game modes for it on its own. It's called Old School Free-For-All, Team Deathmatch, and Old School Capture the Flag. These are some that we haven't seen before, and it'll be kind of unique to see this as well. If I remember correctly, the original from COD 4 was just a different take on free-for-all. So it was unique, and it's nice to see these game modes coming back. So if you guys are interested in these game modes, go ahead and check the links in the description. I will have a link to all the audio files that you guys can go check out on your own and make your own judgments. Anyway, I can't wait to see what some of these new game modes are. They are Resistance, Purgatory, and Sudden Death. They sound kind of interesting, and I can't wait to try to figure out what these might possibly be. Anyway, guys, this is Cross. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, take a moment, drop a like on the video. It really helps my channel grow for Black Ops 3. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, take care.